Good evening. How are all of you? This is not episode 2. Well, in a certain sense, I guess you could call this episode 2. But really, it will be the first of many grinding sessions. Hayden and Yuri, not here. It's just gonna be me rambling at the screen. So we got a couple of objectives here. I've made a couple of notes with my little notepad. Firstly, we need to decide who gets to use the item craft, Elfstone. Now, the item crafting Elfstone, nigh meaningless. It's kind of just a flavorful thing of like, I enjoy grinding, I'm gonna grind all the other Elfstone skill trees up, might as well do item crafting. And also, I've never really thought about it, but Elagost, as a ranger, it kind of makes sense to have him learn item crafting.
Is changing.
He's not really doing anything else either, which is kind of perfect, so we're gonna go with that. Usually I put it on Hadhod, but this time we're gonna switch it up. We're already switching things up with Elagost. He's getting a magical skill set this time. We're gonna lean into that other side of him that may exist if we give him enough spirit and turn him into like a jack of all trades character that will satisfy no one. But I don't want to be too negative. So, yes. First, item crafting, we're going to grind that up. That's what the bulk of the session is going to be. But I think before that, we're going to look at everyone's stat line and compare it to the guide, and make sure that I did not get caught up in the commentary from last time, and not actually allocate the stats correctly. Just make some notes for next session to make sure I get things back on track. Alright. So we need to load West Moria. That's the latest save. So this will be an interesting practice. I've never done a solo commentary before, so if I start to either speak too much or lag and just have dead air, I'm not sure which is better, to be honest. We're gonna figure that out together. We have Piss Robes Oriel? Idriel, I'm sorry? Well, that's the thing. Even with the YouTube video, I'm not going to edit all this out, so we're going to have to live with our mistakes. So, yeah. See, Yuri called it a banana peel dress, and that's a little more tasteful. Maybe that reflects the style of our commentaries differing. I'm not really sure what to do with that. Well, anyway. No. Oh god, how does this work? Oh, we can't travel yet. Oh no. Yeah, how do we travel? Gotta be able to travel. Huh. Do I need to save it first? Oh, that's so weird. Okay, wow. I'm like paranoid that I'm gonna screw up the save somehow, which is completely illogical, but oh. Yes, I forget. It spawns you at the beginning of the chapter. Hilarious. Okay, so we need to work on the stats. Hadhod. Let's see here. That's strength, dex, and speed. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Okay, we need to pump dex. Oh, Hadhod becomes so annoying later. If he does not have high dexterity and he cannot hit consistently... Oh, I'm so frustrated by Hadhod. He's also very slow, naturally, and so he has critical turns where if he does not clean up on his turn and it lags and he just has to waste a turn, good luck. It's gonna be like a month until Hadhod gets to swing again. That's fine. I mean, Idril, you're so simple. It's really just, it's just so simple. It's just keep spirit and speed neck and neck. We won't ever have any problems. Elagos. So this is where things get interesting. We're going to reference the guide, but I'm going to make my own edits, accounting for spirit, and maybe lessening strength, if that's what it calls for. Speed and dex. Dex, yeah, fair. But magic doesn't really... Let's keep con. We don't need strength. Not really. I think spirit's the way to do it. Just go. This will be funny to reference in future sessions if this is completely a terrible mistake to do with Elagos, because there is no respec. These are permanent changes. So, yeah, I'm scared now thinking about that. So we're gonna give him the rest in speed. That's fine. You didn't level up. Very cool. Okay. You get the nimble crafting. Yes. Okay. That's it. That's all she wrote. We're good from that perspective. So I think it's time to... Well, see, here's what we're going to have to do first. I can already tell. My muscles are, like, remembering how grinding works in this game. We need to kill 20 enemies with Elagos so we get arrows of sleep. How close is he to? Yeah, we're not getting that. That'd be egregious to level him up that much. But we definitely are gonna get arrows of sleep, and then we're gonna nimble craft like a madman. Do we want to... I don't know if we should spoil the pot by having other grinds active. You know, I want to keep the characters themselves relatively in the same place that I left at the end of last recording. I don't want to, you know, grind too much, make the game too easy. Thank you for reminding me, only person here. We may turn the difficulty from normal to hard, because I was noticing Chapter 1, I could just crush everything, and I'm going to optimize these characters pretty well to where I think we can handle hard. I've never played hard, so it'll be a fun challenge, and for me in modern times, playing the rest of my video game career, let's see if I can handle going back to the very beginning. But I don't think we'll do that for grinding. I just don't feel like it's necessary. Who has haste on him? This may also be dependent on SP or AP. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll do as much as we can. I'm not sure how... I guess if we save... I'm not sure how you can regenerate AP, like, fully, automatically. We'll have to figure that out, too. See, I actually enjoy farming with Elagos because he's one of the characters that has a cheap attack for their skill tree that also does not do nearly any damage, and it reduces the enemies there. He's made for grinding. It's so clear to me. Oh, Hadhod, just get out of here, man. Just go. Just go. We don't need you here. We don't need your kind. And by his kind, viewer, I obviously mean high defense, slow attacking units that aren't grinding for anything. What did you think I meant? Is there anything else we would need to put on him? Not really, because right now we're just going to be farming Heirs of Sleep. Okay, well it's a problem if Elagos friggin' dies, so I may have miscalculated here. Damn. We may have made an oopsie, haha. Yeah, we made an oopsie. This is gonna be funny. First encounter in the game, random, and we just fall on the ground. Wait, what? Wait. That's what happens? Wow. Well, that's fun to think about in terms of like if I want to prank the guys at a session in the future where I'm like, oh, we have to reset, and it just kicks you out back to the world if you have other party members that are just alive. Wow. Huh. Okay. Well, can we go somewhere where there's like archers and not specifically the pincer guys that are actually somehow very strong? Also, you know what? Just for the fun of it, we're gonna do it. What? I mean, how bad could it be? Honestly, what could they do that? Surely they don't just inflate all of the health numbers and damage numbers on the enemy team to make it far more difficult and egregiously annoying. Surely there's innovative difficulty, not just early 2000s bad design difficulty, right? Right? Oh, whoa. Wow, she benefits so much from her passive. My goodness. Actually, Headhod, you know what? I was wrong. There is something you can do. Crush this guy's skull. Get on the piercing, mate. Get on it. Oh, okay, so, see, that's not good either. This is gonna be a long one. This is gonna be a long, annoying process to get 20 kills with the skill tree, I think. See, now I don't... Oh! You do have a use hat on. I don't want you to kill them, but I do want you to taunt. So they'll be focused on you, while the rest of us can get some work done. Let's kill you, because you're not taunted. He's too good. What am I supposed to do with that? Burning resources on the grind. I think that's the right place to do it. Good work, Hathon. Nice dodge, nice dodge. Can't taunt. You just go. Just get it. Let's just, I mean, Idril is going to have to grind up an unbelievable amount of skills, so let's get some of that done now, I guess. Please stop triple critical. I sent you the email. We're grinding. You don't need to do this. You don't need to come to the office. And yet, here you are. I know I came into the office, and we're meeting each other here. But you don't... Anyway. funny thing to mention about this recording session, I'm doing it on Valentine's Day. Thought I'd drop that in here, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, this is my Valentine's Day activity, dear viewer. And, you know, with context clues, one can infer, if you're playing Lord of the Rings The Third Age, and you're grinding, and you're not even playing the game, you're just doing it for grinding purposes between other recording sessions, one can infer the relationship status of such a person. So with Elagos, we're going to go with Piercing Might on one of these warriors. I don't like how that arrow's stuck in him. That seems very imposing. I did not mean to haste her, I meant to haste Elagos, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. See, we're starting to get into a beautiful, well-oiled groove here. That's not the saying at all. Well-oiled groove? You know, that's what most people are doing on Valentine's Day, actually. Another glorious, glorious shot from Elagos, instantly killing the enemy that we're trying to farm in. I mean, just haste. I don't know. Oh! Bearthor. How could I forget? You have the leadership skill. Okay. Yeah, we need to... He's perfect for this. We need to make it so they can't hit us. And then eventually he's going to get the ability that gives us AP every turn. That's the one we're missing. I remember, I was like, there's a way that I could give myself every turn some AP. That's what I used to do for grinding. There it is. But sadly, we're non-optimal right now. We're going to have to smack Lembas bread down Elagos' throat as many times as it takes until the task is complete. And by task, I mean doing the entire item crafting skill tree. Very cool, Elagos, thank you. You know, the thing that really comes to mind with this recording, more than anything, is that this is exactly like what I would seek out and listen to on YouTube, because it doesn't even matter. I've learned this about myself. It doesn't even matter what is being said. I can listen to a podcast, an interview, a movie, a television. I literally just need talking. And it's... I don't know. I think sometimes, like, oh, wow, geez, I need to go see more humans outside, but it's not the same. I don't need, like, conversation. I need background stimulation, like I'm in a workshop or something, and, like, I'm working with other people. I think that harkens back to, like, college a lot, where, like, I feel like I got my best studying done when I was in, like, the library with other people on the main floor, and I could hear all this productivity in the background, and it made me feel more productive on my own. And so it just made me think about it, because I was like, what, you know, I could probably listen back to this recording on a different day, and it would satisfy my need for a second, like, listening source. He's gonna kill him with one shot. Very nice. Yeah, I don't even care. You just need to. So I think I may have forgotten to mention it when I was in the last recording, but Hadhod's icon, when I was a kid, I had no understanding, for some reason, that was his head or face. It didn't look like that on my television, because it was too pixelated or blurry. I thought it was like a volcano or something. Like, and if you squint your eyes and look at it, it does kind of look like a volcano erupting, and then there's like a layer of ashes in the air. but it's actually Hadhod's face right smushed up into the thing. Which, obviously, if I had thought about it logically, all of the other icons are the faces of whatever they are. It's got to be a face. Not in my child mind. No, what am I doing? I'm sorry. You gotta get out. It is funny how fast, like, he runs away. Like, the animations for running away are. Oh, I forgot you can do that. You could, for some reason, they added the mechanic where you can change the equipped weapon. Now, I understand later when you get things like Morgul blades or things that alter the basic attack, but that's all they do. I don't know. I think so many things in this game, it's like they had a vision at the beginning of development for maybe a better product being delivered in the system, and then by the time they got to the end of it, there was no weapon variety, you know? There's no reason to really change weapons from a tactical perspective. Also, I was just thinking about this. I turned it to hard, and I'm still one-tapping enemies with the most, like, low power attack I have. Ugh. Alright, I mean, fine. I mean, it is chapter 1. I do remember in, like, chapter 4, 5, it starts to get way more grindy, and the enemies get much more spongy. So I hope it gets way harder soon. I need to be ball crushed. It's my task in this life, with video games specifically, and I think everything to a certain extent, that I just have to be tortured for me to gain enjoyment from it. Okay, see, that's good. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, I should have used that turn just feeding him Limbus. That's fine. Ooh, careful there. See, I spoke this into existence. I think I was just fighting a bunch of archers. Now that we're actually fighting like a real melee enemy, they are kind of much spongier. I'm pleased. I'm pleased. This guy actually is taking a couple of hits. Perfect. He's gotta be on the edge of it. Oh. Yeah, that first healing spell was really concerning me. You need to remember to make sure that she's choosing a good skill level. To not forget to do that. See, this is what I'm talking about. Of all characters, Idriel does not need to drain inspiration. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm thinking Aura of the Valor. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the one we're gonna go with. Holy shit, the skill tree's so weird. Ugh. Yeah, we need that. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. I guess we'll just do this skill. It's so short. It almost feels like they want you to go with this skill tree. It's like a little bigger, it's like a little more filled out. Telling you. The stat line does not reflect it, but in his heart, Elagast, he wants to be a mage. He wants to be a ranger with a couple of points in wizard or sorcerer. I know it. And to that end, I just like Arrow Flare. I think it's cool. As like one of the only abilities in the game that can hit like 2 like creatures specifically. I think that's cool. Oh, it's almost got his first one. All right. Is there anyone else that needs? How close are you to Fellowship Grace? Oh wow, nice. I gotta remember this. We have to make sure not to use Swordcraft, because I love counterattack normally, but for grinding purposes, oh, it's so annoying. Oh, it's so annoying when you have characters that are really strong, but you need them on the field, and then they start counterattack. Actually, you know what? We're not even gonna finish that one. We're gonna move on to Citadel Rage for right now. I just don't want him to have that yet. It makes grinding very annoying. We'll probably get this like 19 at some point, and then just leave it until the game starts dictating we need counterattack. See, this is why I don't understand. They made the bonuses to having your perfect mode filled way too good. Like, it drastically outweighs any benefit you would get from using the, one-time attack, when at all times you can have things like 25% discount on all action point use. Like, what? And then Hadhod has overwhelming axes, where when you have perfect mode, he just perma crits. Like, what? What are you talking about? Does Idril have one? I'm very curious. No, they were like, no, we can't give Idril one. It's too good. It's too good. But the characters that do have it, oh my gosh, we'll see an immediate difference. Especially like Hadhod's, where it's a combat-focused one too. Holy crap. Holy crap. Is this the part of the recording session where I start to like overanalyze and think about the way I say things? That would be funny. I don't know. The funniest part to me is that I am way more comfortable recording just completely alone. I talk to myself so much that I think my brain is just completely useless. It doesn't even like feel the social anxiety of recording with my friends. I think there's also a level of performative, art where when it's other people involved, I really feel like I want to put on the best commentary possible, because it's like a group thing and I want to contribute as much as I can to the product that we're making together, you know what I'm saying? Whereas when it's just me and I'm just grinding, I feel much more comfortable to just let it all hang out, Also, no one can interrupt me. That's not when I start to feel like I get interrupted, oh, everything goes out the window. I'd rather just not talk sometimes, where it's like if I keep going a full point, it really chops up what I'm willing to go on. You don't need to be here. I think you can go. We're just riding. There's a sleepless point. Please hang in. I find it so funny that they put so much effort into like not addressing the later part of Barathor's like backstory in the early game. You're trying to hide it in the background, but all of his armor pieces make him look like a dark knight or like a black knight or something. Where he just looks evil from the back and the front, and it's like the way that the helmet hides his eyes. It's so funny to me, knowing the full story. The way this is like looks, it's just funny. Ah, shit. You know, they couldn't record, like, voice lines for certain parts of the game later, for certain things that maybe could have used a little more fleshing out, you know, deserved a little more time, scenes that could have been extended. No, we have to make sure that every one of Barathor's leadership skills has a different grunt, with a different tone and pitch and animation. It's vital to the success of the game. Adriel, I have a massive boo-boo and I can't feel my legs. I paused there for a second because I was thinking, okay, so basic action points were like, you know, revival would be Lembas, that's like the basic. And then long bottom leaf being the greater action point restoration is so funny to me. Like, that feels intentional. Oh my god, dude, you're great. You're gonna be able to take like 14 arrows in the skull before you die. Elgas is so happy. The last drips of your mana, leaving you with 1 AP. Heal our intrepid arrows of sleep. Oh, he has arrows of sleep! Oh, we did it. I need to pay more attention. I'm getting distracted. Okay, well now let's give it a shot. Let's see. Let's give a test run on the capability of crafting 17,000 items in This is, you know what? This deserves a celebration. Long bottom leaf in. We should not have done that. That was like a hilarious... Well, I mean, we're going to use all of it right now. Wow. Dang. Ugh. Pairs of Sleep isn't even worth it at this stage. It's so few turns. I'm expecting like 10 at least. Alright. This will be good because I remember that this skill tree has a very annoying pattern at the beginning where it's like really like fast at the beginning Makes it very annoying to farm in like full long fights because it's like 5, 10, 20. Whereas like when it's like 50 or 70, it's actually easier because I just get like a pen and paper. I just make like a note of like where we're at, and then I can just keep going with like the setup and setting up Barathor and everything. But when it's these short ones, it gets kind of annoying.